Pepper says, are you ready to see an updated video tour of the basement? I know I am. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. On this episode, we are giving the basement tour. Now, I really wanted to give this updated basement tour when all the yard sale stuff was up and out and have that video beforehand because it would really clear out this back corner. But it has literally rained every single Saturday. The past 2 Saturdays, rain. This Saturday, more rain. And I've had yard sales on both Saturdays and Sundays, and I will say maybe a fourth of the people come to Sunday yard sales. So I'm tired of waiting. So I'm just going to give the tour now because there's still a lot of progress that has been made. As we come down the stairs to the front of the basement, I will forewarn you that the front is still cluttered because we had emptied out a storage locker and everything is right here. I have not had a chance to go through all of this because our focus and progress has been in the back to middle of the basement. So this is still an area that I have to go through, which is quite okay because this means that everything I own is on my property, in my home, not anywhere else. And I am very confident that we will be able to get through all of this very quickly. There's even some yard sale bins in the back, so they will be pulled up. And I am feeling very confident that we will be able to quickly go through all of the stuff from the storage locker, things that have been churned, because there's already stuff that's going to go out soon anyway. And if I turn around, there's just some miscellaneous things to pick up. A lot of it's hubby's, and I know he'll do it soon. And yes, the water heater is still in here, and hubby has promised that in October, he's finally going to be able to take it because he's not working as much overtime as he used to. And if you turn to the left, this is where you're going to see some progress that was made in 2023. Because earlier in the year, I started digging out this section right over here because this was really cluttered and hoarded. This is what it had looked like in the beginning of May 2023. I could barely walk through here. This is where all the craft supply bins were kind of being funneled into. And that's when we decided to take all the craft supply bins so that we could do a huge declutter on that during the summertime. So all of this had gotten moved and everything from this chair was also decluttered. Now, do we still have some work to do? Absolutely. But we're going to be present in the progress that was made. And you know, we'll be getting in here, decluttering it even a little further. And I also wanted to point out that yes, the toddler bed is still here. That's going to be going into the yard sale. But if I'm not able to have the yard sale by the end of 2023, I'll definitely just put it on the Facebook Towns giving page. Now, if we move by looking across, this is hubby's workout section right over here. And I mean, it just has his workout stuff. It's nothing crazy. Maybe a couple things we can get rid of that's mine that's lingering, but that's okay. And over here, we still have my children's childhood memories shelf over here that will move as we keep decluttering. Now, where you're going to really see the progress is right over here, mid-basement towards the back. This area, we had just recently been chopping away at. Because if you remember, just about a month or so ago, it looked like this. There was some churning of the hoard down over here. There was some drop and goes. And there was also 1 or 2 storage item bins that got put in there. And we chopped away at it each and every week so that we could also clear out this space too. And now this is where you're going to see the transformation in the basement. This is the middle to back section of the basement, about 2/3 of this space. And it is
all cleared out. There is a completely open floor right here. When we first started showing you the basement and chopping away at it, it looked like this. You couldn't walk through anything. There were small little goat trails that you had to maneuver through so that you can get through the basement. And now it's opened up. This whole middle space is opened up. And this just shows the amazing progress that we have made in this basement. Now, I want to show you this really quick and why I was delaying the basement tour. This all back here is the yard sale stuff. And I wanted to have the yard sale take all those bins up so that I could take my crafting bins to put it in that back corner, because then that would have opened up the middle of the basement all the way to the wall. That's why I was pushing it back, because I wanted to show how even bigger the middle has gotten. But you know what? That's quite okay. We will have that yard sale. And it's very important for me to have that yard sale because it's part of my recovery. It just feels amazing when I see people happily take my stuff away, and it gives me closure so that I don't have any regrets in decluttering, and that I can take my victory steps into an open middle back part of the basement. I know Peppy's so happy to see this open space. Now there is more to this to show, and that is right over in here. Now, this is the play area that the boys recently had decluttered. There were some boxes that got taken down here for them to go through, and they had a couple of decluttering sessions where they let go of a lot of stuff too. And as we decluttered the basement, I had also brought a couple more boxes for them to declutter in future videos. Now, if we move over to the right, a lot of this stuff is actually empty organizers and some labeled bins, but a majority of it are organizers, bins, tubs, boxes of things that we had decluttered already, and I was just collecting them over here. And if we turn around, we would really like to put another shelving unit right over here. That way we can put bins and organizers and organize the rest of the toys, because the boys kept their keep boxes over here and it's just kind of mixed up. And I know that when we start organizing, we'll be decluttering even more toys after that. And when we make a left, it takes us out to the back of the basement again. And Miss Pepper is absolutely loving all of this new open space, because look at the view. Look how open it is. We can see all the way to the front of the basement, where before it was blocked and I couldn't see anything. Now I just want to direct you to the right over here, because the changing table has kind of been my catch-all. There are things in here that don't have homes, and then there are things on top that I use kind of on a weekly basis, like writing little post-it notes, also having my mic handy. I put my remote to the ring light over here. That way I don't lose it, because it's the only way to turn on the ring light. And I mean, I'll eventually declutter and clean that out too. Now, as we're continuing the tour, we still have stuff to declutter. And that's quite all right. I have full faith that we'll be able to go through this fairly quickly. Now, there's this area back here. It's a little narrow to get to, but we have actually never, ever decluttered this section. And this is another area that we will be focusing on as we continue to chop away at this basement, so that we can eventually have this being a fully functional space for our family. And I just really want to take this moment to encourage all of you that you can declutter and clean too. These are a lot of the tossy piles that we have done on a weekly basis. And I want you guys to give yourself grace and time and self-love and self-care to go through this journey. I didn't declutter this basement in a week or even a month. It's taking me a while because hoarding disorder is a mental disorder. I had created these attachment to items since childhood. When I was a little girl, I played for hours with My Little Ponies, my Care Bears, my strawberry shortcakes, and created this world of happiness, love, and friendship. And that's where the foundation of being very deeply emotionally attached to stuff began. Then it became escapism and a coping mechanism when I was being badly bullied in middle school. And then it became a survival mechanism for the years that I was being verbally, emotionally, and physically abused by an ex-boyfriend. And that's why I held on to every single thing. And I'm so grateful that all of you have been with me during this decluttering journey, because it just shows that you can turn anything around. Past trauma, anxiety, a mental disorder. You can clean out your spaces. You can heal. It just takes baby step decluttering, taking each step at a time, letting go what feels right in your heart so that you can regulate your nervous system, that you are still safe if you declutter. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean and declutter something in your home today too.